live stream. Good morning, Miss Vicky. Thank you for watching and listening. All right, we're going to take a break. Hopefully by 7:30, our guys will be here. We're very excited to have them on this morning, Ian Headley and Kip Moore. But we'll take a break, and when we come back, I got to talk about some headlines. There's a certain man who was convicted of some crimes, who is in jail, and he's very unhappy. He's unhappy there, and we'll tell you why.
He's unhappy because he's in jail, or unhappy with something in the jail?
Something that's happening in the jail.
Well, do we care?
That's my point. That's what we're going to talk about when we come back. So y'all stay with us. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Dollar Bill broadcasting live from the Clanton Tractor Studios. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us. Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience.
The Dive Cajun Restaurant is now open, located just off exit 205 in Clanton. The Dive Cajun Restaurant has a family atmosphere and a menu that offers the best Cajun food around, with plenty of options to choose from that's full of flavor. Fried alligator, gumbo, shrimp and grits, crawfish fettuccine, jambalaya, steaks, burgers, salad, and more. Open 7 days a week to serve you. Like us on Facebook for hours and menu. Serving up that Bayou goodness at the Dive Cajun Restaurant in Clanton.
Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984.
We are back. The time is 7:21. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Dollar Bill with you, broadcasting
Told you it
live.
wouldn't take me long.
There, I know. You already jumped in. We're
That
broadcasting.
coffee, I had to, when you popped the top on that Coke, I went,
That did it for you, didn't
that
it?
did it.
You're like, I gotta go
Coffee
get me
time was
one.
over. Ready for some sparkle.
We are broadcasting live from the Clanton Tractor Studio. We've got our musicians are here. We're going to get them set up. We're going to introduce them. They're going to do music first because we don't want to get spanked by
Our Hispanic
Espanol. Yeah, the Hispanic
taskmaster.
Yes, she will. I'm scared of her. She might
Tiny,
be small,
cute, pretty
but
little thing, but
I'm
oh
not
my God,
messing
I'm
with her.
terrified of her because she's got, she has that same look teachers can give you. You know that it's just that look, the teacher look, like she gets her brows furrowed a little bit and gets real stern looking, and I get real scared.
She comes out there and she says, shh, she just let us know. You're too loud. I was like, sorry.
Yeah, she does. She does know enough English. She can say too loud.
When we had Erica Riley in here that day, you know, Erica was singing and she came out
barreling
of that.
out.
I mean, out of that, and let Baden have it with both barrels. So,
well, you know, the thing is, you can understand she's being very. They're doing gospel and prayers. I mean, they're praying and preaching a little bit in there, and then I understand them not wanting that broken up with loud noises out in the hall or whatever. So we're very proud of her because she's really protecting her brand, protecting what they're doing.
Exactly, I get it.
I'm
not mad about it.
I'm not either. I'm
just
scared
saying
of
I'm scared of her. All right, so there was a young man by the name of, let's see, what is his name here? I don't think I can say his last name. Brian Koberger, I'm assuming. He is the man serving a life sentence for stabbing 4 University of Idaho students back in
the guy that just got sentenced not long ago. Yeah. Yeah, he's hideous murder. I mean, he went in there while these young college students were all in this house and literally just murdered all of them. It was horrible.
Well.
So now he's in prison.
Yeah, he's been in solitary confinement for a hot minute.
Good.
And now that he's in there in regular jail, the inmates are making his life miserable.
Oh.
And he's mad about it. He's making some waves.
He's mad about it?
Oh yeah, he don't like it. He says they're taunting him and driving him to a mental state by kicking doors, torturing him through the vents, using all kinds of psychology, I guess, saying all kinds of things. And he's like, he can't deal with it. And the guards, he's telling the guards, and the guards are like,
yeah, well,
Well,
just put him out there in the exercise yard with everybody else for about 15 minutes. He'll never have anything to worry about again.
well, I mean, the guards are like, well, all I can do is really, make a report and.
You know what they did? They're probably, since the guy did such a hideous crime against these young people, innocent young people, they don't have any. They're not going to have any sympathy for him at all. So they probably go, he goes, make them stop, stop, and the guards probably go, okay, guys, stop.
Okay, y'all, that's enough.
That's enough. I'm not into torture or anything, but if he's that mentally ill that he can do such a heinous crime, then I think that's part of the punishment, is having to deal with how society's going to deal with it. And believe me, that's a society in its own right in prison, And think about some of these guys that were in prison, like Jeffrey Dahmer and these people, they get killed. I mean, the other inmates will kill him. I've heard that, and I'm not saying, I'm not endorsing that, but I'm just saying it's the way of life.
No, we're not endorsing it.
No, but it's a way of life. I'm not endorsing
it, but if it happens.
I don't think they should do that. But here's this guy.
Yeah, my sympathy level is 0.
Your what?
My sympathy level for him is 0. Actually, it's in the negatives. I'll just let you know that. You do something
I'm with you.
heinous, you get caught doing it, you admit to doing it, and then you want to just go to jail and think you're going to have a vacation.
Yeah,
doesn't work that way. I'm glad they're tortured. Good.
It doesn't bother me. I'm not going to lose any sleep over that dude's anger or frustration or whatever.
Nope. I want to say good morning to Lisa at Suits Me and Nalara Hokum. Thank y'all for watching and listening. I just don't, zero sympathy for this cat. I don't care if it hurts his feelings and he's mad about it and upset and it hurts his mental stability or all that. Too bad. Hate it for you.
At least he's alive to have mental problems.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that he's alive, they're not.
Right.
Did you see where I think it's a pretty cool thing. My stepdaughter, Kenzie, she is a pretty conscious. And when it comes to the grandbaby, who's 2 or about to be 2, she is very selective in the type of snacks and things like that she lets her have.
Well, that's smart.
It has to have no artificial sweeteners in it, and she prefers for it to not have the dyes in it.
Right.
So, the FDA has a plan to remove food dyes unless they are from a natural source.
Right.
Well, the plan is to have that done by next year, by 2026. I don't know if it's going to be able to happen, but I will say that they have they're phasing out some. They're replacing it with other things that is more healthy. And Mars, they're the company, the parent company for M&M's, Starburst, Skittles, Wrigley's gum, and a couple others. They say they are already going to offer options that have alternatives to these type of dyes. So you're gonna be able to get one or the other, and you're gonna be able to get them online. Yes.
Well, it's all for eye candy. I mean, most dyes are just there for looks. I mean, they do. I don't guess they give you any nutritional positive value. I think they're just there to make things look prettier or more appetizing. Mm-hmm. I remember when until I was almost in college, I thought pistachios were naturally bright red because they used to dye pistachios red, red, fire engine red.
I used to eat them, those like that, but now the ones I get are
they're
just
green or brown.
Green
yeah,
or brown.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they thought that they would make pistachios look more appetizing if they were bright red. I don't know where that came from, but they used to. You could not find a pistachio that wasn't dyed bright red when I was a kid, and now you can't find any red ones anymore. They're done, with that, which is smart. And because they always talked about red dye number 2 being carcinogenic and all this stuff. A dye is just there for looks.
Yeah. Well, and Mars, when they were talking about doing this, some companies had already were in the plans of, ditching it. Mars was kind of a holdout, and then they were the first ones to actually do it.
Well, the thing is, I can't imagine just beige-colored M&Ms. I mean, you do tend to think of those needing to be bright colors. The goofy thing is, the colors have nothing to do with the flavor. I can understand if an M&M was a red M&M tasted like cherry and a blue M&M tasted like blue raspberry or whatever. Mm-hmm. But they don't. It's just to give you that bright color pop. So
you're right.
It is pretty worthless.
General Mills, Pepsi Cola, Agra, Nestle, McCormick, Tyson Foods, Smuckers, Hershey, Kraft, all are. And some that even make ice cream are all slated to ditch the synthetic colors and come up with some better alternatives. The
original organic dye, saffron. Saffron really has no real flavor, but it turns everything kind of yellow. Mm-hmm. And that was used from the Egyptians' time onward. They would use saffron to color rice. So it looked yellow. It just looked more appetizing than just white rice.
So it's not really yellow.
Rice?
Yeah, that's saffron. It's
not.
Yeah,
saffron. And that's just saffron. By the way,
saffron is the rice, or is it?
Saffron's the little pestle.
Oh, okay.
Of the saffron plant.
I thought you were talking about like the yellow rice that you see is not really yellow. Like
some of it isn't. It's dyed.
I did not know that.
You can even buy saffron rice, and saffron has very little flavor. It's just mainly to turn things yellow. But it's totally organic and wonderful. But it's expensive. The most expensive herb, or whatever you'd call it, I think on the planet, is saffron.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah. All right, the time is 7:31. Our boys are here. We're excited. We're gonna go out there and get the camera set up. We're gonna have Ian Headley and Kip Moore, and they're gonna be playing tonight in Jemison at the family fun night that Jemison has there in Old Town. And we are excited to have them here. They're local boys, and I love promoting local musicians. And I think they're going to do some original music, so I'm excited about that. Wow. So we're going to take a break, get them set up. And when we come back, we're going to have Ian Headley and Kip Moore entertaining us. So y'all stay with us. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Dollar Bill broadcasting live from the Clanton Tractor Studios. We'll be right back.
An ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
Universal Heights Academy is now enrolling for the following programs: aesthetics, manicurist, waxing, cosmetology, barbering, and the instructor crossover program. We are offering small class sizes for more personalized instruction. Hybrid and online classes are also available. Find us on Facebook or visit uhaway.com for more information on our discounted enrollment rates. Your rewarding career starts with Universal Heights Academy.
Curvy Girls Boutique, created by a plus-size woman for plus-size women. We offer cute, comfortable, and affordable clothing in sizes 1X to 4X, including dresses, sets, swimsuits, jewelry, bags, and more. Our fabrics are soft, durable, and perfect for everyday wear. Shop online at curvy-girls-boutique.com or follow us on Facebook. Curvy Girls Boutique. Embrace your curves and feel confident every day.
Looking for the perfect way to unwind, compete, and have fun with friends or family? Then Putter Up Pelham is your next destination, coming this June. Whether you're a mini golf pro or just out for a good time, Putter Up offers a one-of-a-kind indoor putting experience with custom effects lighting, sounds, and robotics at each hole, plus automated scoring and a virtual caddy to guide your game. And our ADA-compliant courses include special putters for individuals using wheelchairs or walkers, so everyone can join the fun from ages 4 to 100. Rain or shine, day or night, it's always game time at Putter Up. Come for the fun, stay for the challenge. Swing by Putter Up, where every stroke counts.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
I do sing very loud, so.
That's why we're getting y'all first before Hispanic comes out here and whips our butt for interrupting their project.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
The time is 7:37. Teresa and Dollar Bill here with you, broadcasting live from the Clanton Tractor Studios. And we have our artists here this morning. We have Ian Headley and Kip Moore, and they're going to be playing tonight at Jen Jemison at the Family Fun Night. These guys, local boys, and we're excited to have them with us this morning. Bill?
Yeah, it's great. We love having live music on. The guys, that's great because I'm one of those people that have no musical talent at all. I can't play, I can't sing, but I love music. So it's great to have y'all on live with us this morning and performing. We appreciate you getting up early because musicians normally don't like to get up early.
Well, we appreciate y'all.
All right, so y'all gonna play some tunes for us. Y'all gonna play some Craig Morgan, Jamie Johnson, and Brooks and Dunn for us. All right, guys, take it away. Thank you.
Guys.
All righty.
He had plastic bags wrapped around his shoes. He was covered with the evening news. Had a pair of old wool socks on his hand. The bank sign was flashing 5 below. It was freezing rain and spitting snow. He was curled up behind some garbage cans. I was afraid that he was dead. I gave him a gentle shake. When he opened up his eyes, I said, "Oh man, are you okay?" He said, "I just climbed out of a cottonwood tree. I was running from some honeybee. Drip-drying in the summer breeze. After jumping into Calico Creek, I was walking down an old dirt road, past a field of hay that had just been mowed. Man, I wish you just left me alone, 'cause I was almost home." And he said, "I was just coming around the barn, about the time you grabbed my arm. And I heard Mama holler, 'Son, hurry up.' I was close enough for my own nose to smell fresh cobbler on the stove. And I saw Daddy loading up the truck. Cane poles on the tailgate, bobbers blowing in the wind. Since July of '55, that's as close as I've been. Yeah, just climbed out of a cottonwood tree. I was running from some honeybees. Drip-drying in the summer just been home. Man, I wish you just left me alone, 'cause I was almost home. Man, I wish you just left me alone, 'cause I was almost home.
All right. We play some Brooks and Dunn.
Yeah.
Ready?
I was raised over Route 3. I passed where the blacktop ends. We walked to church on Sunday morning, and raced barefoot back to Johnson's Fence. That's where I first saw Mary on that roadside picking blackberries. That summer I turned the corner in my soul down that red dirt road. It's where I drank my first beer. It's where I found Jesus. Where I read my first call, I tore it all to pieces. I learned the path to heaven is full of sinners and believers. Learning happiness on earth ain't just for high achievers. I learned, I've come to know there's life at both ends of that red dirt road.
Right here.
Her daddy didn't like me much. I shackled up GTO. I'd sneak out in the middle of the night, throw rocks at her bedroom window. Turn out the headlights, drive by the moonlight, talk about what the future might hold down that red dirt road. It's where I drank my first beer. It's where I found Jesus. Where I read my first car, I tore it all to pieces. I learned the path to heaven is full of sinners and believers. Learning happiness on earth ain't just for high achievers. I learned, I've come to know there's life at both ends of that red dirt road. I went out into the world, and I came back in. I lost Mary, oh, I got her back again. Driving home tonight feels like I found a long lost friend. It's where I drank my first beer. It's where I found Jesus. Where I read my first card, I tore it all to pieces. I learned the path to heaven is full of sinners and believers. Learning happiness on earth ain't just for high achievers. I learned, I've come to know there's life before ends of that red dirt road.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, little Jamie Johnson. Let's do it. I see Grandpa wants his picture here. It's all black and white, and it ain't real clear. Is that you there? You said yeah, I was 11. Times were tough back in 35. Asked me and Uncle Joe just trying to survive a cotton farm. The Great Depression. It looks like we were scared and dead, like a couple of kids just trying to save each other. You should have seen it in color. And this one here was taken overseas in the middle of hell in 1943. In the wintertime, you could almost see my brain. Yeah, that was my tail gunner. Old Johnny McGee was a high school teacher from New Orleans, and he had my back right through the day. It looks like we were scared and dead, like a couple of kids just trying to save each other. You should have seen it in color. A picture's worth 1,000 words, but you can't see what those shades of gray keep covered. You should have seen it in color. This one is my favorite one. This is me and Grandma in summer sun, all dressed up the day we said our vows. Can't tell in here, but it was hot that June, and that rose was red and her eyes were blue, and just look at that smile. I was so proud. That's the story of my life. Right there in black and white. If it looks like we were scared and dead, like a couple of kids just trying to save each other, you should have seen it in color. A picture's worth 1,000 words, but you can't see what those shades of gray keep covered. You should have seen it in color.
You were listening to Ian Headley and Kip Moore. They will be performing tonight at the Jemison Family Fun Night there in the Old Town area. Well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to have these boys in the studio with us, talk to them for a little bit. That was absolutely phenomenal. I see them going places. So y'all stay with us. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Dollar Bill broadcasting live from the Clinton Tractor Studio. We'll be right back.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us. Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience.
The Dive Cajun Restaurant is now open, located just off exit 205 in Clanton. The Dive Cajun Restaurant has a family atmosphere and a menu that offers the best Cajun food around, with plenty of options to choose from that's full of flavor. Fried alligator, gumbo, shrimp and grits, crawfish fettuccine, jambalaya, steaks, burgers, salad, and more. Open 7 days a week to serve you. Like us on Facebook for hours and menu. Serving up that Bayou goodness at the Dive Cajun Restaurant in Clanton.
Need reliable.
We are back. The time is 7:55. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Dollar Bill here with you. Dollar Bill got him talking about artists and fun times, and you got some great stories.
Well, I've just been around a long time, but I tell you that those were three great songs. I mean, you covered the Army with Craig Morgan, the Marine Corps with Jamie Johnson, and I don't know.
Just some kick-butt American country with Brooks and Dunn.
Brooks and Dunn, they weren't in the service, but I love Brooks and Dunn too. So.
All right, we have Ian Headley, who's next to me, and then next to him is Kip Moore, and of course Dollar Bill. Guys, that was absolutely phenomenal.
It was great.
So glad y'all came in. This is amazing. Now, how long have y'all been together singing as a duo?
Playing together probably since November, so
not that long.
No, but I have a story. I used to play in a band for about 4 or 5 years, and the artist that I play for is actually in Nashville now. So I
who are you playing for? Spill it.
Cam Cummins. He's a local.
Yes. Really?
Shout out Cam.
I tried to get Cam on. We tried to work it out, and then he blew up pretty quick, and then. The small potatoes got kicked to the wayside. Yeah, we tried to get him when he was up and coming. Darn it. Wow.
Well, Kip Moore is a name that's already been kicked around.
Everybody thinks I'm him, too.
Everybody thinks you're Kip Moore of the preceded you a little bit.
We have to say Kip 2 P's more because he's the other guy is just one P. I got a story about Kip Moore too. A friend of my kid's dad that he worked with, his daughter went out on a date with a guy, and she was like, he's really nice, he can sing, he's nice looking, but she said, I just can't get past the oral part, that his teeth were just not. She said, so I decided I didn't want to go out with him anymore. I dumped him.
She didn't like his teeth?
She didn't like his teeth. And then fast forward a couple of years later, the next time she saw him was on TV.
And his teeth were fixed.
With a big hit, and his teeth were fixed, and she was kicking herself all the way, because it was Kip Moore.
Wow.
You know, but look, sometimes, you know, when you're growing up, you don't have the opportunity to really get cosmetic stuff done that you need done, especially like braces and stuff. And man, if she'd have stuck with him.
Well, I will tell you that a lot of artists, once they sign a contract with a label, their teeth get fixed.
Oh yeah,
I mean, they start packaging that artist so that he or she are, you know, look good as well as perform. You know, I was telling you a story yesterday. We had I've forgotten who it was now. That
Justin Johnson.
No, I was telling you the story about. He's a huge artist now, big guy. Anyway, I had to interview him when he was a nobody, and he was the worst interview I've ever done in my life because he was as nice as he could be. But
Brantley Gilbert.
Brantley Gilbert.
Oh yeah.
And Brantley was just a kid. He had a Georgia hat on, you know, and he's just a kid. And didn't matter what I asked him, I got one word answer. I mean, I'd say, so Brantley, you look like you've got a hit on your hands. This first song, you know, and he goes, yes, sir. I said, well, are you excited about doing well? Yes, sir. I mean, it was like, oh my God. And no, sir. And just as nice, but just nothing coming out hardly. Well, that was his first, apparently I did his first real interview when he was starting to do something. And the president of the label was bringing him around to radio stations and was there when he did that. When the interview was over, he came up to me and said, I'm so sorry. He said, you're his first interview, and we didn't know it was going to be that bad. And he said, they canceled every interview he had set up to do the next 2 weeks and sent him to school and had coaches coaching him on how to speak and how to talk or what to do, you know, interview-wise to ads. A year later, he came back through Birmingham. He was opening for Aldine. And we interviewed him, and I was dreading it. I told my boss, I said, I just don't want to interview Brantley. He's a nice guy, but that's like pulling teeth. You couldn't shut him up. He was wonderful, and he was talkative, and he was telling stories. So they will, you know, with teeth and everything else. Yeah. If you get a label's going to make you as marketable as possible. So yeah. Are you stealing his microphone?
I am because it died. He has a thing over there that can
tell you
when it dies,
battery.
so I want to make sure. So now you guys, were y'all friends for a long time and then decided, hey, because y'all have a good blend together.
Oh, yeah.
And my goodness, your voice, when did you realize you could sing? I mean, did you start off just in the truck and then somebody said, come do some karaoke, and then now you just sing?
That's exactly how it happened.
Really?
Yeah, I always sang in my truck. Then one day I was hanging out with him, and he's playing the guitar, and I was like, look, just try to play a song and let me try to sing along to it or whatever. And he was like, dude, you should probably try to do something with that. And I was like, okay. Then I just kind of blew it off my shoulder. Then I sang in front of like a crowd of people, like a karaoke night or whatever, and then people started coming up to me like, hey, you sound good. You should try to, learn the guitar and do something with it or whatever. And I was like, hey, Kip, let's start doing music. And
so you mean you did not play the guitar at that time?
No.
You've learned the guitar?
What?
That's
Wow.
amazing.
Yes, sir.
And you play really well.
Well,
Have you been playing since you were a kid?
I've been playing since I was 21, about 10 years.
How old are you now?
32.
You don't look it. I thought you both were probably in your mid-20s.
I'm 22.
Well, all right. Well, you are the baby. And by the way, you've got a nice, powerful voice. You sing, you project really well.
It
It's
does.
nice.
I kept listening on the headphones and because you said I sing really loud. I don't think you're one of these people that has to sing really loud. I think it just
comes out.
Yeah, it just
automatically-
happened.
right.
Yeah.
You got that. I don't know. What do you call that? It's not really bass, but kinda
Yeah,
Baritone?
it's just
Baritone?
baritone. I guess. Yeah.
That's
it
a little
really-
higher than the
I
bass,
don't know
lower than the
anything about
tone.
baritone,
Yeah.
But yeah, you sound really, really.
Well, this is
good.
neat that y'all have come together on this kind of stuff. It
Oh, yeah.
sounds like you're getting booked around pretty good
We
too.
are. We are.
Yeah,
We're
we
fortunate for,
kinda stay
especially
busy.
around here.
Now, do y'all
to go
both
for.
have jobs other than musicians?
Yes.
That makes it a little tough, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little
booking
bit.
and timing.
Yeah,
Well, it's
sometimes.
not as terrible as I told him. He wanted to start get together and do a full band, which is great and it's fun, but it's a lot. You got to have a lot more commitment to that. So
You do.
So with our busy
Rehearsal
lives
time
already,
as well as,
it's
and then you got 3, 4, 5 people trying to work the schedules. Woo, it's tough.
yeah.
It is hard. And then you got to keep people happy, keep people from fighting and whatever, because it's multiple personalities.
Right.
And then you got to have shared vision on what you want to do and where you want to go with it.
Right.
Yeah, it's tough. But y'all sound good duos. That's great. You know, for years, we had a dearth of live music. I mean, it got to where you couldn't hardly find any club or nightclub, bar, anything where you could go listen to live music. It just kind of went away for a while. And now I'm glad to see that more places are booking live music because there's something magical about performing live.
Oh yeah.
I agree. And country is just kind of something that folks normally, I think, gravitate to, and then you either stick with it or you realize maybe that's not what I'm starting. Did y'all just decide to do country because it was easier to sing, or because you just really have a genuine love for it and that's what you want to sing?
Pretty much, yeah. I've always listened to country.
Yeah.
And that's just what
Just where we grew up,
Yeah.
we kind of relate to a lot of the songs, and it's just.
It is
I don't
much
know,
more
I guess
relatable. I think country music is much more relatable compared to today's.
Right.
I
Well,
don't know what to call it. It's not
Country
really
music
pop.
tells stories.
Yeah.
and
That's right.
and it's communicative, whereas most pop music, contemporary music, is more music oriented. That you get a good beat or a good riff going, and then the words are just filler. I mean, you think about a lot of the pop songs now; it's just repetitive filler. Whereas country songs, like In Color and stuff, they tell actual stories that we all relate to, and so it's more personal to me. It seems like I love country music for that reason.
Yeah.
What they call it, 3 chords and the truth.
Yeah,
right.
and I grew up on it. My mom, that's all she played. We had the AM station. That's all we had back then. We had AM, and she always had it on country music. And so I grew up on Conway Twitty, Donna Fargo, Loretta Lynn, Tammy Wynette, George Jones, that kind of stuff. And that's
The
what-
old school stuff.
Old school stuff. So, and then I've gone through all of the seasons of country, just about it. I've listened to all of it, and that's the one thing even when in my 20s, when in the 80s, I was listening to the I guess rock and roll is what we call it, rock and roll. But then a lot of that was crossover from country. You had country stations, but it was kind of like it all was still one. And now, it's all over the place. And I love that. And like you said, true country is kind of making a comeback
Oh,
now.
thank God.
I love to see that. I love to see young artists embrace that too.
Right.
And
So, what
move
were your
forward with that.
influences who's some of your favorite artists? Both of you.
The top 2 for me is Riley Green and Jason Aldean.
Yeah, they're good. I love Riley.
I'll say
He's an
Jason-
Alabama boy, good golfer.
Yeah, Jason
Went to
Al-
Jacksonville State, didn't he?
Yep.
I
Yep.
think so.
He did.
And who do you like?
I like Jason Aldean also, and Jamie Johnson. A lot of the old school guys. I grew up listening to Waylon Jennings and Hank Williams Jr.
Yeah.
All those guys.
Heck
So
yeah.
it's just a lot. I mean, I don't have a favorite. That's the first ones that popped in my head right now. But
Yeah.
those guys are, and what inspired me was I just love hearing those old, Telecaster guitars and those riffs. And I started playing Telecaster before I did acoustic, and going back to what got us in the country, or me in the country, just the sound of country, the guitar, the musical part of it. It was just. I was just like, that sounds cool.
I
wanna
listened
do
to
it.
country growing up, but I didn't like it.
Yeah.
My granddaddy, my dad, my uncles were listening to country, and I thought I was into the Beatles.
Right.
And of course, I'm old. I'm 70-something. But my time when I was from about 14 till I was out of college was all rock and roll for me. But it's funny, by listening to the old country like Therese talked about, it came back to me, and then I've dedicated 50 years of my career country music. Love it. And I'm so happy to see more traditional country coming back, because to me that is the root of good music, in the sense you relate to it, you live it. It reflects things you can relate
Right.
to.
I
Are
would
y'all-
say I would add that Zach Top. I'm glad.
Zach
he is
Top,
coming
boy,
to-
he's good,
because
isn't he?
That's the style of
He
music
is
that I like. And
awesome.
right now, he is He is doing well. And
There's a lot
like
of
his
guys
style.
bringing it back. Yeah,
That's the style that I grew up listening.
Yeah.
to.
His music is just so. It's so. Oh gosh, paint me a Birmingham. Who is he? Tracy Lawrence, and he's got that kind of vibe to him, but a fun vibe
Jackson.
too. You
Right.
know, with he's got that 80s 90s country feel to him. I love him. I see him. It was him and a couple other folks that were out one day, and it was filmed. They were filming and they were just cutting up and having a good time. And I was like, that's it. And is this something that y'all want to make a career out of, or is this something that you're just wanting to stay, local Alabama, maybe some beach stuff, and just kind of have another job too? You're wanting to pursue.
I want to do it for a living. Yes.
Yeah.
that'd be great.
Yeah. I'd love to do it.
And I'm backing him until it gets there, because I told him before, I was like, man, when it gets to where it's above and beyond where I can go, with my life and what I got going on, it's not gonna be a problem.
I'll stay with you till you fire me.
That's what I'm saying. But I told him when you get good enough, there's way better guitarists out there.
Do y'all are y'all pursuing any writing? Are y'all gonna try to create some some original music?
That's where I messed up. I thought he said yes, they had some original music they were going to play, and when I announced it, he said, "Oh, wait a minute, we don't have any original music right now."
Yeah, we're not that talented. He could probably do it better than me.
They say you just got to start doing it and just keep doing it, and you'll get better.
Right.
The more you do it.
That's right.
So that'd be great, because you look at the guys now like Zach Toppin, they are creating their sound the way they want a song to be, instead of covering somebody else. And everybody wants to hear covers. If you're going to play bars and parties and concerts, you got to play covers, because unless you've got a huge catalog of hits, people want to hear the hits. But it'd be great if y'all could start trying to write some stuff together and create your own stuff, because then you can create your own style, and I think it makes you a better performer.
Oh yeah. 100% agree.
I think it's great. Well,
you probably have a lot of songs in here. You just haven't put them on paper
That's
yet.
right.
You probably have a lot of ideas, if I had to guess.
That's right.
So.
there's no way I could write a song. To me, it's a miracle. There's nothing there. You feel like everything, every chord progression, every bit of words have been put. It can't be another new song. And by golly, new songs are coming out by the thousands every day, and some of them are amazing. And it's a miracle to me. But if I wrote it, I've always said, if I wrote a song, it'd be roses are red, violets are purple, and you're as sweet as maple syrup. That'd be about the best I could do.
We put a tune to it. It might be good.
You can pick around a little bit and figure it out.
So what's happening tonight?
Tonight is the Jemison thing. So talk about that. How did that come up? Did Tiffany reach out to y'all and say, "Hey, come do this"?
Actually, one of my good buddies, Brad Carter, reached out to me.
Okay.
And asked if we would be interested in doing it, and I said, "Yeah, absolutely." Whatever. And then Miss Tiffany got in touch with me a couple of days ago or whatever, and just gave me all the intel and everything on when to be there and what it was going to be like and all that.
By the way, this is our busiest weekend we've ever had as far as playing. We got 4 shows in 3 days, including this, and it's usually about 2.
Yes.
We probably have 2 good ones a month.
Yeah.
And everything just lined up here.
4 shows in 3 days?
Well, including this, we got the one tonight. We got Lake Boat Club event tomorrow at the boat for a boat giveaway.
Oh, wow.
So there's like 4 or 5 bands playing there. We're one of them at Paradise Point Marina. So we're playing there.
I love their food.
We're playing there for an hour, and then closing it out with VJs.
Are you going to be at VJ's?
Yeah.
Oh,
Playing
he
VJs.
loves
I live
VJs.
literally half a mile from VJ's. They actually named a drink after me. They will actually make you a $1 bill doozy at VJ's.
Oh, well,
yeah.
I'll try that.
I go in there 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah, he's a regular.
Their food's pretty good.
It is. It really
the food's
is.
really good.
We're not too far away from it either. He lives on Lay also.
Oh, do you? Where do you live? What part?
Shelby Shores.
Shelby Shores. All right. Well, I'm at Lacusa.
I got you.
Yeah, so y'all not far.
And you're down by the dam.
Down by the dam.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love it. I love that lake.
Yep.
But we look forward to getting a chance to see y'all perform.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like we're going to have lots of opportunities over the next couple of
What
days.
have y'all got coming up outside of this weekend? Anything good?
After this weekend, next Saturday, we play at Waxahachie Marina from 2 to 5.
Their food's good too.
They are. So we'll play. That's a fun place to play. You got a lot of folks.
Do you play outside under that
under
that cover thing? And the boats can be right there
right,
around
so you have a crowd out there. You play toward the water and have the boats, or there's tables that people are eating. So it's just.
I love that. I love Waxahachie.
That's the kind of environment we play in. Just mostly on the lake. We play at Lake Mitchell some too.
How big's your library of songs you can play? How long can you play?
To answer your question, we have about 70 songs.
Oh, really?
That's a good.
We can split up playlists. We play about 3 hours, and we probably play 40 songs.
That's amazing. That's a lot of songs.
You can split it up. You don't have to have the same.
Right.
That's the thing we worked on is if we do covers, let's try to learn a lot of covers.
Yeah.
Instead of playing the same old stuff because
Some new stuff.
Well, people love it.
And they love it.
They do. They want to sing along with it. They want to know the song.
Right.
Are y'all kind of like can hear a song one time and you kind of know where your pitch needs to be, where the harmony needs to go, that kind of thing. You can hear it and kind of just know it, or do you have to like practice?
He can do that.
Yeah, I
with
can
his
do it on
guitar.
guitar.
I just sing how the song sings, and then he'll just match.
It's a lot easier to sing to the key than to try to learn it in the guitar.
Oh, I'll bet.
Guitar.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, God saw fit to give me no musical talent.
And there's also Google that helps too. If you need
Google
to
help
if it's too difficult, we can just Google it in about 5
make
seconds.
sure, yeah.
I have
That's
noticed
true.
over the last years, it's funny. I would have never thought this years ago, but so many singers now, you see them singing off of a phone or a tablet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's brilliant. I mean, if you need to,
I mean, that's honestly, that's what we have to do. So
if you need
just
chord
to, you know,
sheets or
when
Make
you
sure you
when
got
you know
those
70
words
songs
there.
and their covers, if you had 70 of your own songs and you wrote them, that goes back to right.
Well,
it's a lot easier to play. Your
I
own
don't know.
songs.
One guy said that I forgot who it was, Vince Gill or somebody said who's written a lot of songs says they all start to run together in your head,
That's
kind of,
true.
And he said that I think it was Vince said he would be singing one of his big hits. And then he realized somewhere while he was singing it, he was doing another one of his songs. Somehow it transmogrified from one song to another. He'd just go from one.
Started doing a medley.
Well,
It's weird.
You can do
Very
that.
easy.
Well, you can do that with cover songs too, especially the artists that sing a lot in the same key, like Riley
God,
Green.
yeah, you can
and,
do mix-ups,
Luke
yeah.
Combs. Luke Combs got 2 or 3 songs that, you'll sing one verse of, one of the songs, and it's in the same key and the same chord progression. Then you'll start singing the verse to another song.
Another
Like,
song. Wait a minute.
But I can see where it's easy to do, especially if you do write a bunch of them.
Now, can you read music? Not really.
There's a lot
I
of
wouldn't
artists
say.
that can't.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, unless it's like we were talking to Jean-Son. Yes, he can read music only because when he was a little kid, they made him play violin. And so he learned to read music when he was a little kid playing the violin. And when he went to guitar and he plays about 3 or 4 instruments, he could, but he doesn't.
Yeah, it probably would have been a lot easier for me if I learned the right way to play guitar. I just learned how to play guitar and play.
It's like me in
chords.
golf.
Yeah.
I just picked up a golf club and started swinging. And then when I started wanting to get good at it, I went to a coach, and I was so screwed up he couldn't fix me. Because I'd done all the wrong things, but I was doing it well enough to enjoy playing. I just wasn't any good at it.
I would hate to go to a guitar teacher right now.
Oh, yeah.
They would probably be like, nah, I don't.
Oh, get those knuckles with a ruler.
Yeah.
All
That's
right,
amazing.
guys. The time is 8:15. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah, thanks for
coming
being
on
with us.
Thanks for having us. We
today.
enjoyed it.
Oh,
Y'all
listen,
are a great
awesome.
interview.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
When you go forward in the future and you're interviewing, you will not be like a Brantley Gilbert for sure. Y'all did
Well, that's
They
really
good.
wish
well.
they'd be like a Brantley Gilbert.
If it took me to have one bad interview and then to get where he got, I'd take it.
Yeah, and
For
he
sure.
could sing, even
yeah.
though he couldn't interview. Yeah, he's a good guy, nice guy too.
Yeah.
Again, we got Ian Headley and Kip Moore. They're going to be at the Jemison Family Fun Night there in the Old Town area. So that kicks off at, is it 6?
6 to 9.
O'clock, 6 to 9.
By the way, do you guys have a name? I mean, do you use just your
Everybody
names?
asks us that. We
Yeah.
don't. Again, it just kind of happened so fast to where we just trying to book shows. And,
Moore Headley. Headley Moore.
Bubble Puppy. Bubble Puppy.
Sounds good to me.
Well, somebody already took that one from me.
A lot of our friends are giving us names, but we probably don't need to say them all.
Yeah, well, there's some names they're going to give you can't say in public anyway. So yeah,
there's a lot of I guess names been given to us.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Yeah, your buddies will do that too.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
But they're there at our shows every night. So
Right.
Hey, as long as people come and listen, they can call you anything you want, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
Amen
just
to
pay
that.
just pay the bill.
Yes,
Yeah,
and then
keep
you
the
gotta
tip
start
bucket
paying
full.
to come
That's
down.
right, yeah.
All right, guys. Thank y'all so much
Thank
for
you,
coming.
guys.
for having us.
Thank
We
you.
The
enjoy
time
it.
is 8:17. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to get these guys out the door because I know they got stuff to do. But then we'll come back, and we'll talk about some news headlines on the other side. So y'all stay with us. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Dollar Bill and Ian and Kip broadcasting live from
Bubble Puppy.
Clanton Tractor Studios. We'll be right back.
Universal Heights Academy is now enrolling for the following programs: aesthetics, manicurist, waxing, cosmetology, barbering, and the instructor crossover program. We are offering small class sizes for more personalized instruction. Hybrid and online classes are also available. Find us on Facebook or visit uhaway.com for more information on our discounted enrollment rates. Your rewarding career starts with Universal Heights Academy.
Curvy Girls Boutique, created by a plus-size woman for plus-size women. We offer cute, comfortable, and affordable clothing in sizes 1X to 4X, including dresses, sets, swimsuits, jewelry, bags, and more. Our fabrics are soft, durable, and perfect for everyday wear. Shop online at curvy-girls-boutique.com or follow us on Facebook. Curvy Girls Boutique. Embrace your curves and feel confident every day.
Looking for the perfect way to unwind, compete, and have fun with friends or family? Then Putter Up Pelham is your next destination. Coming this June. Whether you're a mini golf pro or just out for a good time, Putter Up offers a one-of-a-kind indoor putting experience with custom effects lighting, sounds, and robotics at each hole, plus automated scoring and a virtual caddy to guide your game. And our ADA-compliant courses include special putters for individuals using wheelchairs or walkers, so everyone can join the fun from ages 4 to 100. Rain or shine, day or night, it's always game time at Putter Up. Come for the fun, stay for the challenge. Swing by Putter Up, where every stroke counts.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us. Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience.
The Dive Cajun Restaurant is now open, located just off exit 205 in Clinton. The Dive Cajun Restaurant has a family atmosphere and a menu that offers the best Cajun food around, with plenty of options to choose from that's full of flavor. Fried alligator, gumbo, shrimp and grits, crawfish fettuccine, jambalaya, steaks, burgers, salad, and more. Open 7 days a week to serve you. Like us on Facebook for hours and menu. Serving up that Bayou goodness at the Dive Cajun Restaurant in Clinton. We are back. The time is 8:22. You are listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Dollar Bill broadcasting live from the Clinton Tractor Studios.
Good morning.
Those boys were great.
They were. They're nice guys too. I hope they do well.
Yeah, that boy's got a great voice. I was blown away by it. I really was. Amazing the talent that we get to come across being in radio. It's like you want everybody to do well.
You do, if they're nice.
Yeah. And
I've
those
met
are
a few
nice
that
guys.
I was hoping would fail miserably, but that's because they were jerks or, terrible people.
I love it when you tell stories like that because I want to know who the jerks are.
The what?
I want to know who the jerks are.
Oh, the jerks? Well,
You've already told us a couple.
What's funny is one of the worst jerks I've ever dealt with consistently. Oh, he's messed up. So, he's got a terrible problem in his life and has since he was a kid. But Hank Jr. Was consistently for 20 years kind of a hard to have to meet, talk to, and be around because he was just messed up and a jerk but he was messed up and, he's had a tough life. But yet he's one of the artists that's blown me away at a concert one time in Nashville that I couldn't breathe. It was so good. He did a gospel song. It was just him on a stool with his guitar.
Really?
And the room, people were crying. It was amazing. But yet he's been one of the worst. And then there was, crazy ones like Mindy McCready and Lori Morgan. They're kind of crazy. And then there was Gretchen Wilson. Remember
She's
Gretchen?
a wild one, isn't she?
She was horrible.
Really?
Yeah.
Hard to deal with?
Yeah, and just kind of, I don't know, just horrible to deal with in a lot of ways. I know that I got really upset with her because she was really rude to a fan that was a Down syndrome kid. And she was all irritated with him, and he was she was signing autographs, and he came up to her very polite at the table where she was signing autographs. So it wasn't like he just approached her. She was there to meet and greet and sign autographs. And she said she obviously she didn't want to be there. She didn't want to do it. She was just in a bad mood. And the little kid came up and said, hey, I love you and all this stuff. And she said, what's your name? She was just kind of short with everybody. She was not happy to be there. And he said, like, Kevin. And so she wrote Devin, or not even that close. It was like Scott. It was way off. She said, Scott, nice to meet you, Gretchen, and handed it to him, and he walked off. Well, I saw him standing over. He didn't leave, and he was crying. And I thought, oh, he's that emotional about her signing his. And I went up to him and said, did you get your picture signed? He said, yeah, but she put the wrong name. I said, what? And he said, my name's Kevin. And it was like Scott. Wasn't even close. I said, no problem, man. Let me take you back around there and get you. We'll get it done right. So I took him back and put him at the end of the line. And when he came up, he said to her, he said, I'm sorry, it's got the wrong name. Can you redo it? And she took the picture, tore it up right there, just took it and ripped it like she was mad, and just wrote Gretchen and handed it back to him. That did it for me with Gretchen Wilson.
Wow. What a jerk.
Now, she may have had something extraordinary going on in her life, but why take it out on a fan that's there because they love you?
I don't care. I don't care what you've got going on in your life. When you're, if you're there to meet and greet, that's your job.
Fake it. It's only like 5 minutes.
The only reason you're there is because the fans put you there. Let's start with that. And then, when you're at a meet and greet, that's part of your job. That's what you.
It's actually in the
get all that
contract,
money for.
They that's put in the contract that when you come do a concert in a lot of places, they have that you will personally meet 8 people that they can bring backstage and just meet you. And that's typically for the mayor or somebody important in the city, that they get one-on-one with the artist for like a couple of minutes. Mm-hmm. Then they usually build in certain amount of meet and greets. And what they'll a lot of times do is just say, you can do 20 meet and greets, so that they give you 20 passes that the promoter or whatever can hand out, mm-hmm. and 20 people get to get in line and meet and greet and get an autograph or a picture or whatever. And they'll restrict them to a certain number, but it's in the contract.
Mm-hmm. That's one thing I loved about, I've done a couple of events and been like the organizer of them, and twice I had Confederate Railroad come, and the reason I did was because I always loved them, for one, and 2 is because they had such a good reputation of being
fan friendly. Yes,
and one of the things
the Birmingham guy's in the band.
Yeah, you've got
is it Rusty Hendricks?
Yeah, he lives out in Argo. Everybody knows Rusty.
Yeah.
He and that was actually, it was through him that I got it all. Yeah.
Rusty's a good guy.
He's a great guy. He's a great guy.
But
Love him.
He's in the band Confederate Railroad.
And he one of the things they did was you don't say, hey, we're gonna sell tickets for a VIP and you get to meet the band. They're like, no, we don't do that. We meet the people anyway.
Right.
If they're there and they want us to autograph stuff and they want to talk and hang out, we're going to be there until the last person leaves. And that is Danny. He's the one that makes sure that they do that every time. He's like really, really big. He said, we've got people that follow us all over the United States.
Oh, yeah.
They play big festivals and stuff and big concerts.
Well, look
and
at it.
They'll come and...
They've only had a few hits in their whole career, big hits. They had a few, but that's been 25 years ago that they had those hits. They hadn't had a hit in 20 years, but yet they can sell out venues. People love them, and they've hung in there all these years.
Even when all that was a mess about them, they had actually had venues cancel them because their name was Confederate Railroad.
Which is BS.
Yes, and
That's
Lady Antebellum changed their name. Now they're just Lady A. The
Right.
Dixie Chicks are now just the Chicks because everybody's trying to be politically correct and all this stuff, which is complete crap as far as I'm concerned. But they were like, okay, well we'll just lose the dates. We don't care. Well, you lose us, we're gonna find somewhere else to go. And there was always somebody willing to pick them up.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
It did hurt them a little bit because there were some big ones that they lost and were not able to maybe make that large of an event.
Which is stupid. I mean, it's stupid.
They're good. They sound great live still.
Yeah.
And I love it when Rusty will say, yeah, we played with the Hunters, which are talking about the Kentucky Headhunters. It's the Kentucky Headhunters and somewhere else. But he said that they will sometimes play with Exile still.
I loved Exile.
Time. Yeah, they're good. They're good ones.
I loved Exile.
I always loved them too. When that song, I wanna kiss you
all over.
He goes,
over again.
Like that, I'd always be like, oh, wow, that song is just,
Exile was, they were the first kind of contemporary group in country. Mm-hmm. They were really like a rock group that kind of switched over.
Yeah.
But,
and here's the thing is, I
they
was
were good.
telling them when I was growing up and I got into the 80s, it was almost like country and because let's say Kix 106, they would play Kenny and Dolly, Islands in the Stream.
Right.
They would play Juice Newton, Angel of the Morning. She could go either way. Barbara Mandrell, Country when country wasn't cool. Either way. Crystal Gale. Either way. It was like you would hear it was like one genre of all of it almost.
Right.
It was unique because even Conway Twitty had Slow Hand. He put that. Mickey Gilley, he put some stuff that was crossover. It was like wild to see that. It was just such a everybody was doing everything kind of thing, and And now, so I was reading something the other day. The way the genres have, the way country music has, morphed. Is like somebody said, pop country is pretty, but
not traditional.
Old country is a whole feeling. It's a whole movement.
Well,
really.
You look at, country music has actually always done that. A lot of the early classic country stars were actually rock and roll artists that went to country. George Jones was rock and roll. Kenny Rogers was definitely rock and roll. The early did. Then there was, because Kenny Rogers was in the first edition. Is that what it was called? Kenny Rogers in the first edition or fifth
edition, I think.
Yeah. So, and then he became solid country. And you had some of these guys like Conway Twitty was actually considered kind of a rock star when he first started. And then they just moved over and became country artists. That's always happened. Elvis was certainly, a lot of country stations still play Elvis songs. And
he's just like he's
Kentucky
almost genreless.
Rain and
He's
some of
just
those.
There, he can go in any genre you want to put him in, except for rap.
Then when it really got weird is when I started out in the business, there were two formats of country. There was country and country western. That we actually called the format back in the old days CW. For country western.
Would that be like Charlie Daniels?
Well, western was more like anybody out of Texas. All the Texas swing and like the guys from the West Coast. The Bakersfield sound was considered
like Buck Owens
western,
type of
Buck
thing.
Owens stuff. And so Buck Owens even owned a big radio station out in Tulsa, I think, that played country music. But anyway, it's. Now, though, you start throwing in rap, you got real poppy country artists like Luke Bryan and some others that went real mainstream pop that was still called country. And then you've got rap now, and you've got like people that you would have never thought would have been in country music. Jelly Roll, people like that.
You've got country rap, which my cousin affectionately called crap.
Yeah. Some of that country rap is really almost a novelty. It's supposed to be more funny than real, but yeah, you're right. But it's amazing. It's an ever evolving genre, but there's always been the traditionalists. I remember I worked for a man that owned a radio station back in the early 70s, and I was on the air in the afternoons in Tuscaloosa playing a song. Back then I was playing albums and 45s, and I was on the air 4:30 in the afternoon playing a song and setting up the next song. And I saw the general manager of the station kind of not run by my window, but kind of moving fast. And the door burst open and he came in on me. And this was like the general manager, the guy that owned the station. He was like a god to me. I'd only met him a couple of times. He was like, ooh. He came in and live on the air, grabbed the needle and went, live on the air, ripped the needle off the record, took the record off the platter, and bashed it till it broke.
What artist was it?
I don't know, but it had either electric guitar or piano in it or something like that. He said, we don't play that. We play country music on this station. And he was that mad. And it was probably Mickey Gilley or somebody that was... we think of as so country, but it was so strict back then that even just having a drum or something, in it.
It just had to be mostly guitars.
Had to be mostly guitar and maybe a bass and drum. And yeah. It was amazing. So it's always done that. It's always changed. It's just now it's even more radical, I think. But I love tradition. And, bluegrass, traditional country, that's gospel, all that kind of melds in there too.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
I do too. I love the old stuff. I like some of the new stuff too, but I love a lot of the old stuff.
Yeah. All right. The time is 8:36. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I got to talk about Xavier. I think you say his name, Leggett, maybe from the Carolina Panthers. He's kind of got a hero complex right now.
Really?
Yeah. He's done some pretty good stuff, and we're going to talk about him when we come back. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Pie for Peach Radio. Therese and Dollar Bill broadcasting live from the Clanton Tractor Studios. We'll be right back.
have fun with friends or family? Then Putter Up Pelham is your next destination. Coming this June. Whether you're a mini golf pro or just out for a good time, Putter Up offers a one-of-a-kind indoor putting experience with custom effects lighting, sounds, and robotics at each hole, plus automated scoring and a virtual caddy to guide your game. And our ADA-compliant courses include special putters for individuals using wheelchairs or walkers, so everyone can join the fun from ages 4 to 100. Rain or shine, day or night, it's always game time at Putter Up. Come for the fun, stay for the challenge. Swing by Putter Up, where every stroke counts.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
We are back. The time is 8:38. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Dollar Bill broadcasting live from the Clanton Tractor Studios. I told Bill in the break, I was like, you know what? I'm going to talk about some good stuff. There is so much bad stuff.
Yeah.
I'm tired of talking about our political world has lost its mind, and I just cannot. I don't want to talk about it today. I just don't want to. It'll get me in a bad mood, and I really.
The last couple of days, all you hear about is like Putin and Trump meeting in Alaska, and I mean, I know it must be important, but I don't really care.
Yeah, well, right now it's in D.C. where Trump's cracking down on crime and the steps he's taken for that, and there's protests and things like that, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm not going to get in it today.
Yeah,
I'm just
good.
not. I'm going to enjoy my weekend and my Friday, and it's not going to include any of that.
So
I'm
tell
gonna
us
talk
some
about
Therese good
stuff.
news.
Yeah, some good stuff. There is a pro player. His name is I hope I'm saying his name right. Xavier Leggett. He is on the team for the Carolina Panthers, and a lot of folks that you know him for his speed and his agility on the field, but what a lot of people don't know is that he is a big donor. And what he does is that he goes and gives blood regularly to the Children's Hospital.
Really?
Yes, so that it can help save lives of all these children. He has donated almost 100 times to children battling cancer.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yes. And is that he has a very rare blood type, and it's very important because it's one that,
hard to
get, and it's not one that they need sometimes in emergency situations. So he goes and he donates regularly. Well, somebody whose family benefited from him doing that wrote a letter and just giving him some praise and thanking him for doing that. And, he says, I don't do it for praise or attention. I do it because it's the right thing. And if my blood can give a child a chance at life, then that's what I want my legacy. I want to be remembered more for that than what I do on the field. And I mean, there are a lot of silent heroes like that. Just knowing that somebody took the time to write that letter and is that appreciative, that right there is why you do the things you do, is knowing that it is helping a family. But he's doing it quietly. He didn't bring the attention onto himself. Somebody else brought it out.
He just keeps donating
He's
blood.
Just going to keep donating.
That's wonderful.
And so I just think that is pretty cool that a lot of times your hero doesn't need a stage. They don't need bright lights and fanfare and all that stuff. They just show up when they're needed, and like little angels.
You find out
around.
that there's, we hear all the bad stuff in the world, you find out if you really pay attention, there's an awful lot of good people and good things happening all the time, but you don't hear it because it's being done, like you said, for the right reason. And they're just doing it to help and make a difference. They're not asking for the spotlight. They're not asking to be rewarded in any way. The reward is in doing the right thing and helping other people at a tough time. So, yeah, you're right. I get all wrapped up in negativity sometimes and think the world's going to hell in a handbasket and all that stuff. And then you got to stop and think of all the good. The headlines are for the net. Nobody wants a headline to be a good thing. It's all they want all the nasty and dirty and scintillating stuff. But there's so much good being done by regular people every single day.
There is.
You just don't hear it. You don't see it. You get you out of whack.
And here's the thing: is like okay. I'm gonna take you for example. You did all
ugly.
This,
we're talking ugly.
No. You did all the stuff for is it St. Jude's and all this behind the scenes, and you got some humanitarian awards and things like that. I never knew. I mean, I knew you did a little bit. What you did on the air. That y'all did your
radiothon and all that. Yeah.
But I didn't know all the stuff you did behind the scenes and the stuff you do for the police and the firemen and all these other things that you do. I mean, you don't go around and going, look at me, this is what I'm doing. You just
I always feel like
do it and keep going.
It's never enough. I always feel like I could have done. I do feel like I can do so much more. I'm just too lazy. I just don't do what
there's only so much one person can do.
Well, I know, but I could do better and I could do more. But there's a lot of people doing a lot more and a lot better than I do, and it's wonderful because that's the whole. The old thing about it takes a village to raise. When you're in a society, you're going to have people who are healthy and people who are sick, people who are wealthy, people who are poor. You have people that are smart and people that aren't so smart. It's just the way nature is, and it all works better when everybody works to try to make things better for everybody.
Right.
A rising tide raises all boats. So if as many people as possible can work to do good things for other people, everything raises. There are people that take and take and take and are not going to give. That's, again, part of human nature. You can't, there's always going to be hungry people. There's always going to be drug addicts. There's always going to be alcoholics. You just got to help everybody figure out a way to get around that, fix it, make life better for everybody. And if you can, we all benefit from that.
Exactly.
That's what I've never understood, this attitude that, you can have all these people that are poor or people that are whatever. And I'm not a liberal. I'm a very conservative human being, really. And I'm not like some liberal, we can fix everything we do. But if everybody had an attitude of trying to help somebody else a little bit, it would go so far. And it really does. I mean, I've benefited from people being so kind to me for many things in my life, and I'm appreciative of it. A lot of people aren't appreciative of it. They just take and take and take. And that's disappointing.
And because there have been times where, when I got divorced, there were folks that, when I left, I didn't leave with a whole lot. And I was like, does anybody have anything that I can get, cheap that you're getting rid of or whatever? And they were like, yeah, come on over here. We're having a yard sale. I'll let you get first dibs on what you want. And there was stuff they were asking, like $100 for a couch. And, and I had the money to spend it to get it. And I was willing to do it. And then when I picked out all my stuff and said, what do I owe you? They said nothing.
Oh, I see. That's nice.
And I was like, what? I can't do that. They were like, this was my parents' stuff. This was their house. We're just selling it because we got to get rid of it. We don't want to move it out of here.
Yeah.
So if you can benefit.
Use
and then
it.
So what I did was when I didn't need that anymore, I could have sold it and made some money off of it, but I didn't do that. I gave it away.
Yeah,
that's
paying it forward.
And that's what I try to do. I may not can give people a lot of money or things like that, but I try to do in-kind things, to help people the best way I know how.
A lot of people you don't have to have any money exchange if you'll give a little time or you'll help be positive about something. Just say something nice or just give a little time, carve out an hour a month to do something for an organization or whatever.
Yeah, because it's like locally they have these places that need volunteers to help get people to and from doctor's appointments
Right.
that are going to cancer treatments and can't drive themselves and maybe don't have enough.
Don't have no
family
money to
members,
Uber
and they
or whatever.
Just need somebody to take them to the appointment, sit with them, and then bring
Bring
them
'em
back
home.
home. And one time a month, if that's all you can do, that's all you can do. If you're able to do more, do more. But just that little bit. If
Means
it's
the
one
world.
person, sometimes it means the world. And I'm going to say, I said I was not going to go negative, but I have to say this because this really rubbed me all kinds of sideways. And it probably shouldn't, but I'll let you decide. So, you have these little, I know Baden knows where I'm going. You have these little drop-off points. You'll have like Hannah Home or
Oh, yeah,
America's
all the
Thrift
charity
Store.
places, yeah,
They'll
thrift
have the little
stores.
boxes
Right.
sitting out for you to donate stuff.
Usually in a parking lot.
Usually in a parking lot on some kind of private property. Usually they get the permission to put it there. So there were all these bags that were sitting out in front of this one place. It was here in Clanton, locally. And there was probably, oh gosh, I don't know how many bags, a ton. And I pulled into a space. I had to take a phone call, and I was going to get in line and get some food, but I had to take a phone call and do some other stuff. So I just kind of parked real quick. And I was parked, and I was facing kind of where the drop box was. And there was these people in a truck with a trailer behind it, and they were going through every single bag, and then they were taking the bags and putting them in their truck. They finally took every single thing that was on the ground out there for the donation drop box, put it in their truck, and then topped it off by reaching their head in to the box and pulling out what was in there and taking it with them too. It sent me over the edge. I videoed them, I took pictures, and I'm still trying to decide what I want to do with it. Is that stealing, or is it, oh, well, it's out there.
I say it's stealing.
I say it is too.
If they were intending that stuff to go to a certain organization or whatever their donation site, then if you're not with that organization, you're stealing it. It's not yours to take.
Because I came back and I told Baden called me while I was I was in the middle of doing something. He called me right when I was getting done, and I had gotten so wrapped up into what I was doing I couldn't even talk to him. He was like, "Okay, do that and then let me call you back." I said, "Yeah, because this is really getting good." Now I was like, "Okay, they just took 2 more bags." Oh my God, Baden, they just
Did
took
you go
everything
say
off
something
the
to
ground.
them or anything?
I didn't. I did video them. I was going to get their tag number and I wasn't able to do it. But I got the description of the truck. I took pictures of the people that were doing it, and then I came back and said, "Do y'all happen to know who these people are?" They did.
Really?
Yep.
Now, was this the
They knew one of the people.
Was this the organization that you asked about all that?
No, it was somebody that I
Locally.
knew said, "Oh, I know those people."
Well, did you tell the organization people were
No.
stealing from their stuff?
I haven't decided what to do with it.
I'd tell the organization
I feel
because
like
they might need to do pickups quicker so that stuff doesn't sit any length of time out there, and things don't get so crowded they just start leaving it all around, because they'd benefit from better security and knowing someone's taking their stuff.
they were like, Baden said, "Well, we can probably see that stuff at a yard sale this
Yeah.
weekend." I was like, it's true. It just hit me. It really just sent me over the edge watching somebody take
Yep.
what was meant for
Charity.
a charity, and there's no telling what they're. Now, if you need stuff like that, I get it. Because look, I had a doctor's appointment yesterday. I had to go and get my hip done, and he changed the appointment when I was halfway there. He was like, I need to push you back a little bit. My daughter had to go to the doctor, so I killed some time at the thrift store there in Alabaster, and I was just walking around looking at stuff. And here's the thing about thrift stores: they get the stuff for free. It doesn't cost them a dime to get it. Most people will come there and donate it. They had stuff in there that they had $20 on, $15, $30 on stuff that was given to them, and they're pricing it like it's new, and it's obviously not new, And I'm just trying to figure out, if you're a thrift store and the idea is to help people through the ministry that need stuff at a lower cost, why are you pricing it like it's new?
They're trying to make as much money as they can.
That's kind of, I have a problem with that.
Well, there's some of those thrift
real
stores.
problem with it.
Some of those thrift stores, people don't realize. They think when they go in and buy $100 worth of stuff at the thrift store that the ministry or whatever that's supporting it gets $100. No, if you got to ask them, because some of them only give 10% of what they make to the charity. They're keeping 80, 90%. Of course, we all understand they got to pay their employees.
Exactly.
They got to pay for the power bill for the building, the rent maybe. Sure. But a lot of them are really like, if they say I'm the something thrift store, benefiting whatever, you start reading the fine print, they're only giving 10% of what they make to the charity. And that's 10% more than the charity would have had.
But still,
but it turns out the corporation that's created that thrift store for that charity is making big profits.
See, I used to shop at a thrift store all the time. Because as a single mom, that was really all the way I could afford stuff.
Right.
But it was
and
okay.
you can find some real nice stuff.
Really nice stuff. Really, really nice stuff.
I always go in there and look for all the electronic stuff because I like old radios and stuff. And sometimes you find a real jewel in there. Sometimes you don't. A lot of it's junk. You got to weed through it. But
I would find all kinds, especially when you have a kid who likes to be outside a lot. You can find some really
nice
reasonable
toys
clothes
and stuff and clothes.
And I got a lot of my work clothes, and I would dress to the nines. And people say, "Where did you get that? That is so cute. That looks so good on you." And I was like,
thrift store.
At the wherever boutique. And they're like, "Where's that?" And I'd be like, "Oh, it's a thrift store." And see, when it was the Alabama thrift stores, it was not as expensive to shop because I go in there and they have tags on stuff for 49 cents.
Right.
89 cents. You could get some. Now that same stuff they're charging $5 for, and I'm like, if I can go and get the exact same thing new, why would I pay for that here, even though it's going to a charity? But
you
it's
don't know,
used.
and you don't know if it's really going to a charity.
In hindsight, you hope it is.
Yeah.
But that just sent me in a whole different. And I had been bugged about it. I've been salty about it all week long. It has just really bothered me, and I don't know why. I don't have a dog in the fight. It's it's just the principle, I think, is what really. And I'm like, that's the audacity of people to just come and
steal.
And obviously they were going to all these places and doing it because their trailer that they were pulling on the back was full. The inside of their truck full. I was like, this is nuts.
It is. They look at that as treasure hunting.
Exactly.
Wow. That's terrible.
And, I had the same problem on Marketplace. I've been looking for some curtains, and I found some curtains. They were perfect, and they were the right length, and they were just the right color, everything I'd been looking for. And I looked on it. This girl wanted $100 for 4 panels, and I was like, what are they made of, gold?
$25 a panel.
$25 a panel used. And I was like, would you take this one? And I basically got the ha-ha when she didn't answer me. She read my message and didn't answer me. And I was like, well, I guess not. But,
wow.
Sometimes Marketplace people want to sell their used stuff for ridiculous amounts of money. But, you look back and you see when the listing was and how long it's been there. And it's there because they're being unreasonable on price.
Yeah, they're just wanting to see if they can get that kind of money for it.
Good luck.
And they're not in a hurry.
And when I post stuff on Marketplace, I know even if it's new with tags or new without tags, I know I'm not going to get what I paid for it.
Yeah.
But sometimes I just want to get stuff out of my house and out of my closet.
And if you can make a little money on it, instead of just throwing it away or giving it away.
Yeah, if I can make $100 on it, and then if somebody says, "Hey, will you take less?" I'm like, sure.
I don't do Marketplace. I don't put things on Marketplace generally because my wife, for fun, really, Mary found something we had. It was an old teapot, the kind that sits on a plate. A thing, and it's electric. It's an electric teapot, and it was just in the way, and we never used it. So she said, "I wonder if I could get and it cost us like $49. I remember $50 is what I think I paid for it. Been used twice, brand new, just about, still in the box. I mean, we stored it back in the box. Never had anything, but used it twice to boil water." Anyway, so she said, I think I'll see if I can get $20 for this. So I said, well, let me remind you of something. You're going to put this on Marketplace, and if somebody that you have no idea who they are says, I'll give you $20 for that, then you're going to have to give them our address. A stranger is going to come to our home, knock on the door. You're going to open the door to a stranger, hand them a teapot. They're going to give you, I said, best case scenario, you've made $20. Worst case scenario, our whole family is murdered.
It's true. It's not funny, but it's true. And we don't trust anybody for nothing, but when it comes to Marketplace,
yeah,
trust everybody.
Let some stranger tell them where you live, and you give them your phone number, and welcome them in to buy a $5 thing you just want to get rid of.
I watch a lot of these judge shows.
I guess I would do it if I could meet them at a police station parking lot or something like that.
I have bought so much stuff off Marketplace. I'm that person. Really? Yes. My whole living room is Marketplace, just about. Stuff I find on Marketplace. I think
there's
it's a
some
good
great
deal.
stuff.
Yeah.
I think we've got a sofa and a couple of chairs we got off Marketplace.
And I watch these court shows where people will say, "Yeah, I answered I saw this ad on Craigslist at Judge Million where the People's Court went." Well, there was your first mistake. Because she's like, my whole court docket is of people that found something, saw something, met somebody on Craigslist, She's like, y'all haven't learned your lesson yet?
The only thing I get on Craigslist for now is to read those misconnections where those people will say, are you the redheaded girl that was in line at Target yesterday in Hoover? And we looked at each other, and I think something passed between us. I didn't have the guts to say hello, but if you're reading this, here's my, I'm going, oh,
Lord help
God,
us.
that's bizarre.
I've seen a billboard that did that locally. Not here in Clanton, but there was a billboard somewhere that I was at that had said, are you so-and-so? Are you this person? And it was a picture that they took with their camera, like, at a place that they were all at, and they didn't get the name or number. Or maybe they did, and they weren't given the right name or number. Because when I was in my 20s and I would go out, I would not give out my correct name. I was
handed so many pieces of paper with fake names and numbers. Oh my God!
I used to give out the number to the police station, and
that's funny. That's funny.
I mean, because can I get your number? And I'm like, if I think you're a creepster, yeah, you can give it a name. Well, what's your name? And I can't remember. I had a name that I picked out from some old sitcom from the 50s, and it was like they were like, oh, okay.
I had a friend of mine, and he would my buddy Raymond, my childhood friend. He worked at a SIPCO, American Cast Iron Pipe Company, up in North Birmingham, big company. He was in sales, so. If you called him this in the old days before there was a lot of cell phones, when you called his office number, if he was out at lunch or whatever, it went to a secretary, and she'd say, may I take a message? Mr. Quintero's out right now. Can I said, yeah. Would you tell him to call, and I'd say, call his friend Bill, and I'd give my number. Well, on his birthday one year, I thought, let me play with this a little bit. So I called during lunch hour, so I knew he wouldn't be at his desk. They had a cafeteria on site at the plant, so he'd be in another building. So the secretary picked up and said, Mr. Quintero's office. I said, hi, can you get Mr. Quintero to call me back, please? And she said, yeah, what's your name? And I said, tell him I'm Mr. Bear, B-E-A-R, and I gave her the number for the Birmingham Zoo. So when he got back in that day, he called, and he wasn't paying it. He sold gate valves and hydrants, fire hydrants, so company stuff. So he didn't even pay attention when they said Birmingham Zoo. And he goes, yeah, can I speak to Mr. Bear? She said, I'm sorry, Mr. Bear is hibernating right now. So the next year, it burned him up. So the next year, I pulled it again. It'd been a year, Mr. Fox. And then I did I did Bear, Mr. Fox, Mr. Bear. I don't know, it made sense as a name. Yeah. Finally, after the fourth year, the guy my friend's so dumb, he kept calling it and didn't pay attention. I finally told her, I said, yeah, would you get him to call Mr. Elephant? And she said, what? I said, Elephanty, Mr. Elephant. I know it's an odd name. And she went, wow, I bet you, and then gave him, and that's when he saw it. He went, oh, I'm not doing it this time. So I finally burned it. But it took 4 years.
I got my boss when I worked at Waste Management. I put D cup. I put DEEKUPP.
D cup.
And it was the number for maiden form. And when he called it, he realized it about the time that
May I speak to D cup?
Yeah, when they said, thank you for calling maiden form, and he was like, okay. And he came back out of that office and he goes, well, you think you're funny, don't you? And I was red. I was laughing so hard.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
I used to love do stuff
I used to call poor Raymond he knew it was me and it was ridiculous, but I'd give the secretary, I'd say, get him to call Chuck Wagon or, I had a bunch of them. Some of them were pretty nasty, but
I bet.
But when you think about it as a name, you wouldn't think about it right off, But
I love it.
Love it. BEN. Dover, DOVER.
Oh, yeah, that
Dover.
that got a lot of folks. We've done that one too. Yeah, Ben Dover.
That's funny.
That's great stuff. All right, it's 9:02. That's going to do it for this Friday. Thanks to Dollar Bill for coming in
and
co-hosting with me. Thank you again to Ian Headley and Kip Moore for being our musical guests this morning. They were phenomenal. You can catch them tonight in Jemison at their family fun night there in the Old Town. Is it the Old Town District or Old Town? What are we calling that?
Old Town Jemison?
Old Town Jemison, yeah. So what we got? We're Old Town Scoops and Old Town Antique. And
that's neat.
Old Town,
and they're going to be all over the place. Slay Lake Boat Clubs this weekend and VJ's, one of my hangouts.
So, yeah. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Stay cool, and we'll see you on Monday. Thanks for watching and listening. Morning Mayhem here on Private Peach Radio. Y'all have